according to the internet, you are worth $200 million. Is that close to the real number?
Not today,
No?
because that's as of 3 years ago.
Okay,
That's
so
as
it's
of-
more than that.
Oh, there's no question about it.
Okay, can you say what your net worth is?
If I give you a range today,
Okay.
and correct me in here if I give a range, I'm going to say 350 to 450.
Okay.
I won't say a little high, but yeah.
I would say
Okay.
350 to 450 today.
About $500 million.
About a half a billion.
$500 million. You know, for me, stock investing changed my whole life. You know, rest in peace to Charlie Munger, because he easily made me a few $1 million just by watching his interviews and seeing who he learned from and his philosophy.
Did you read his almanac?
I did.
What a
I
great
did. I mean, matter of fact, that Warren Buffett's book was the book that changed my life completely.
Which one?
The Snowball.
Snowball.
The
Great
Snowball.
book.
Yeah. Well, because through the course of my life, and this happens a lot to people who are struggling, like I was for a long time. You get a little bit of money and you want to flip it, right? So you do some harebrained idea. I mean, I remember when I was in my early 20s, I bought a kilo of cocaine with a friend of mine and he ripped me off for the entire $17,000.
What a shame.
Yeah. This other guy that was associated with the game, this guy named Johnny Hooks, who was a complete crook. You know, he was this big real estate guy. He had like the Bentley, and we used to hang out in Atlantic City. And I gave him, I think, maybe $15,000 for a real estate investment and never saw that money again. And it was that type of thing that kept happening. Like I'd be with someone that claimed that they could double, triple, quadruple my money, and I would lose it all.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, when I'm finally got some real money, when Vlad TV started to take off, I said, I'm not doing this again. I'm not gonna mess up my money because I'm getting older. I'm in my late 30s at this point. I'm not gonna keep screwing up. So I'm like, who is the Michael Jordan of investment? There was only one guy.
That's right.
It was Warren Buffett.
Yep.
And I read his book, and at the end, I'm like, I could do this. Now, I don't have the capital. I don't have, Geico and all
But
these
it's a
insurance
duplicatable
companies.
way.
There's the overall process, that he learned from Benjamin Graham, and I read his book afterwards. I was like, I could do this. And I had a financial advisor, at Merrill Lynch for about a year. And I'm like, this is a waste. I could do a better job than this guy. And I don't have to pay him a percentage. And learning from him completely changed my life. Now my stock portfolio is nice. You know what I'm saying? And it taught me that as soon as I have some money, the first thing I want to do is invest it. As opposed to buying a car or buying some jewelry or going on a big vacation. Because, and I still do that. I have a nice car. I have a big house. I have a lot of jewelry. I have designer clothes. But that's all minor compared to my actual investment. When you look at your portfolio, how much of it is in stocks in terms of your overall net worth?
How much of it is in stocks?
Yeah.
I'm sitting on a lot of cash right now. When I say cash, I mean, when I say treasury bonds,
treasury bonds,
5.5, whatever you're getting on the numbers today, it's changing. I would say 50% is 50. No, not 50%. Probably 70 million is in stocks. I got equity.
70 million in stocks.
I would say 70 million cash in stocks. I got a lot of cash and equity in companies. Yeah, I would say a number like that. The reason why I have cash is because I am I'm solving for a much bigger vision. And this is my next run I'm on. So I go on 20-year runs. The first run I went on, I said, I'm going to give insurance 20 years. And I did. I sold the company at 20 years, 10-month mark.
How much you sell for?
Shy of 300 million.
300 million.
Oh, 300 million, yeah. And I owned 83% of it. And it was a cash deal.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And by the way, that 300 million is going to end up being $500 million because
if you invested, exactly.
No. What I mean is the company I sold is much bigger now, and I have 25% left, and it's grown exponentially. So that's a whole different thing. That's exciting. That's taking place there. But going back to what you said, a couple things about what you said with creating wealth and how to go about your funny Johnny. I don't know what the guy's name was, $15,000 and all these
Johnny
real
Hooks,
estate.
aka John Abbey.
Yeah. So to me, when you read the Munger story with Warren Buffett, these guys started working at the same supermarket in the same city that was owned by Warren Buffett's father and uncle. They're 7 years apart. They do their first deal together into the stamp company. And then after they do the stamp company, they start deciding to work together. They get along with each other. And then it turns into this 40, 50-year relationship of what they built. Berkshire Hathaway right now sitting on $120, $130 billion of cash.
Right.
Right.
It's
So
insane.
and the reason why I like having cash is because I can move and buy things. I can capitalize off picking up things that others can't. Like right now, commercial real estate, I've made a few offers on big commercial real estate buildings in Florida because we want to build our own campus. We're going to turn Fort Lauderdale into the Burbank of East Coast. Movies, shows, docs, all that stuff. So if I'm in a bid with another guy that's trying to buy the building and he's trying to get financing at a bank that he doesn't have the cash
You've
for,
got
I
the
just come
cash.
and make a cash offer. Say 24 hours, I can wire money in an escrow account. The seller is like, hey, we'll give this guy because he's going to show this money. And so that kind of leverage that you have in negotiation, I like.
Oh yeah, no. When I bought my house, we came in with a cash offer,
There you go.
and we negotiated it down, and they knew that we had it. we showed our bank accounts. It's like it's sitting
Leverage.
here. It's a lot of leverage.
100%. So
Yeah.
that's the part for me. And I'm not done. I'm just getting started. I'm going on a 40-year run. The only person that can fire me is God. Aside from I'm going 40 years, till
Okay.
85. I hope he keeps me healthy till 85. I want to run.